that just doesn't happen in football. Was Alan Curbishley going to turn around to the players and say, right, lads, don't try too hard, you know, they did us a favour last year? That is not how football works.
Well, let's find out. Here he is with Jeff Shreves.
Alan, before we even kick off, doubts have been cast about how hard West Ham are going to try in this game and your integrity. Yeah, how do you feel about that?
That's absolute nonsense, Jeff, as everybody knows. You know, we have all season competed. You know, we've let ourselves down a couple of times. You know, we've had all sorts of problems with team selection, but we've competed. That's why we're mid-table. That's why we come here today, and we're looking forward to the game. So, you know, I think it's a lot of mischief making, a lot of talk. Let's get on with the game.
When you said in your column it's a travesty if United don't win it, was the timing unfortunate?
No. What I was saying was that Man United have been out in the league for so long, and you know, the resilience of Chelsea, and I've said that on a couple of occasions, has took everyone by surprise. I mean, they just won't go away, Chelsea, will they? You know, winning when perhaps it looks as if Man United had the title. So it ends up as we are now, with 2 games to go and all to play for. And on top of that, they've both got themselves in the Champions League final. And Chelsea's resilience has kept them there. You know, Man United have been out in front for some time now, but Chelsea just won't go away. And great credit to them. And you know, yesterday, you know, I was at Pat Lampard's funeral. I saw Avram Grant, saw quite a few of the Chelsea boys, and they know that we're coming here today to give it our best shot. Everybody does.
Did you make it clear to them that you were?
Well, I spoke to Avram Grant, and you know, and just went over it with him. You know, today's game's today's game, but you know, I think that I think Kevin Keegan said it last week. The integrity of the Premier League is second to none, and the reason why we've got such a tight title race is because Wigan went to Stamford Bridge and scored in the last minute. And Blackburn and Middlesbrough took Man United to draws when perhaps everyone would have thought Man United would have won that, and it would have been over by now anyway. So no, I think the Premier League this year has been the most competitive. I think we're going to the last couple of weeks with so much to play for, and it's the most competitive Premier League I've been involved in.
So having said all of that, would it be no surprise to you if you won today?
Well, I think that obviously it's a tough place to come to. It's a little bit different to what we had to do last year. I've got some young boys out there who are really looking forward to the experience. And yeah, I think, hey, listen, football, you know, if we all knew what was going to happen, no one would turn up. And, you know, let's see what happens today. I mean, obviously we've got a tough task, but let's see what happens, you know.
Thanks, Alan.
Thank you.
It is a difficult day for West Ham fans because they know that if their team do frustrate Manchester United here, then they hand the initiative to Chelsea.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a dilemma. Yeah, it's obviously I like West Ham to win. Yeah, and it's just I don't want Chelsea to win nothing.
Obviously, to come here and stop Man U from possibly winning the title and just keep our good record up against them would be a very good thing.
We just come here, we want to win. You want to finish in the top 10. I ain't worried about Chelsea at all, to be honest.
I want us to lose because I don't want Chelsea to win at all. I want Man United to beat them in the Premier League, and I want them to beat them in the Champions League. And I've got money on Man United beating us 2-0 today, and I'll be quite happy with that.
Well, to be honest, if Man United have won last week against Chelsea, then I'd like to see West Ham lose and take the Premiership today.
I'd like to win, obviously, it's Man United, but I wouldn't mind if we didn't.
We'd like to win the match, but the upside is if we don't win the match, then Chelsea won't win the league. So we'd be quite happy about that.
I'd like to see Man United win it, but as we're in this position against them, it's West Ham first always.
As Alan Curbishley just said, football. That gentleman that's travelled 250 miles to see his team get beaten 2-0 and go away happy, is he in the minority or they're more like him?
He's actually had a bet that they will lose 2-0. I think it's absolutely ludicrous, to be perfectly honest. You support your team. That gentleman at the end was spot on. You look after West Ham first, and if it so happens that Manchester United do beat you and win the league, then they do it. I didn't know Chelsea was so hated, I've got to say. You know, some of the...
Well, by West Ham, I mean, there is a little bit of capital animosity, isn't there?
You know, we talk about derbies in the capital, Richard. There must be 8 at the moment, you know, with the amount of teams we've got in there. So, you know, they've just got to get on with life, and whoever wins it will have merited winning it.
It's just strange to hear that, isn't it?
No, it is strange. At least the guy in the end summed it all up nicely. West Ham first. You support West Ham, you come here, you claret and blue, and you come and support your team. If they get a result, fantastic. The guy, they probably, if they win, he'll go home so happy. Don't worry about that. He's making out he'd like to see Manchester United win. Absolute rubbish.